All right, everybody, how's it going? It is Wednesday, March 11th, 2020, and we just finished with week 5 of the XFL, and now we are on to week 6. Last week was not the best week for us in terms of pick'em, as we went 1-3. Kind of a couple crazy games that we didn't really see coming. Let's see, we got the Roughnecks beating the Dragons. We got that game correct, and then we got the rest of them incorrect. So it was like the Defenders versus the Battlehawks, we got that wrong. The Renegades versus the Guardians, we got that wrong. And also we got the Wildcats versus the Vipers wrong. Of course, the Vipers versus the Wildcats was one of the best games, I think, of the XFL to this point. It was a 40-point shootout, or a 75-point shootout, 35-41, 34-41, very good game. So yeah, let's see what week 6 has to offer. Hopefully we do better in pick'em. Hopefully there are some good games as well. This league is truly unpredictable through 5 weeks of the inaugural season. So let's get going and see what's going on Saturday. By the way, I should be streaming these games, some of these games this weekend. I don't have to work, so make sure you tune in. We'll watch most of these games probably. Saturday, and all the lines are from FanDuel, so at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard, we have the New York Guardians hosting the Houston Roughnecks. The Roughnecks are favored by 6.5 points, and the over-under is 46.5. I'm going to be going with the Roughnecks in this game simply because, they are the best team in the league. They could score more points than you. Their defense is a little bit suspect. That's why I have it at 35-27. But they will score more points, and that's how they win football games. They just keep scoring. Whereas the Guardians, they've been hot the last 2 games, but they kind of got lucky this last weekend playing the Renegades, who were kind of short-handed without Landry. So I don't know if the Guardians' second win in a row was a fluke, or they have just completely turned the page and they are now a good team. There's kind of that like hang up with this game, but not really because of who the Guardians are playing. If the Guardians were playing somebody else, I'd probably have gone with them due to how hot they're playing. But when you run into the Roughnecks, that's not an easy game. PJ's playing at a high level. Sure, there's that controversy with the team, but literally, what were the Dragons going to do with 2 seconds? Score? No. So I like the Roughnecks in this game. They're a better team by a long shot here over the Guardians, who I think got lucky with their second win in a row, personally, due to the fact the Renegades were banged up. So, I like the Roughnecks over the Guardians, 35-27 for this team to remain undefeated. I don't know if the Roughnecks will lose a game this year. And then we have at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard. This is the game we're more than likely going to be doing on the channel. We're going to watch Battlehawks game finally. It is the Tampa Bay Vipers hosting the St. Louis Battlehawks. The Battlehawks are 3-2. The Vipers are 1-4. The Battlehawks are 3-point favorites with an over-under of 42. This game, I completely like the Battlehawks to win it. They're pretty much what most people call the best team in the East. We know the Defenders just beat them, but the Defenders went on a weird skidding streak, and then they kind of finally played good again after switching quarterbacks to Tyree. I wonder if he's going to be what they needed to actually, keep going and going and going for the Defenders. But until we get to that point, it seems like the Battlehawks just had a very, very off game. Teamu did not do good. They were held to under 200 total yards of offense. They only scored 2 field goals. It was a really bad game for the Battlehawks. And I don't know I think that's an anomaly as compared to the norm with the Battlehawks. So I see them being back to their old self against one of the worst teams in the entire XFL. Now, I know Tampa just looked really good against the Wildcats, and they're getting better each week. They look more and more proficient. The offense is getting better, but they're still it's just something isn't quite right with the Vipers. And I don't know if I know enough about football to really understand what it is. It seems like they turn the ball over. They just come short. Some weird shit happens. It wasn't happening to the Wildcats, who aren't that good on defense, but against every other team for the most part, this team just cannot seemingly climb out of whatever weird offensive funk that they're in, because they move the ball really well, but it seems something happens across midfield for them. And against a team with a pretty good defense like the Battlehawks have, they only lost to the Defenders 15-6. So it's not like they got blown right the fuck out. It was a close, weird struggle of a game. And it was a 1 touchdown game, 9 points. So in the XFL, so I do like the Battlehawks to win this game quite handily. I think the Vipers put up a decent fight because they'll be at home. And the way that they've been playing recently tells me that there's something in this team, but there's something else stopping it. So yeah, I like the Battlehawks to win 20-14, and I also like the Roughnecks to win 35-27. So these are my Saturday games. Let's move on to Sunday. At 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, we have the Dallas Renegades traveling to DC to take on the Defenders. The Defenders are 4.5-point favorites with a 35.5-point under. And really, the Defenders are 3-2, Dallas is 2-3, and I do not think Landry Jones is going to be playing in this game, and that is going to be a problem for the Renegades, and I don't think they really stand a chance without him. So if he's playing, disregard that what I just said, but other than that, there's not really much to discuss in this game. I mean, and that's kind of sad to say because this, on paper, this is a pretty cool game because it's Dallas versus DC. It's two teams with a pretty good deal of hype. But without Landry Jones, I really don't know what the Renegades can do. They got kind of beat up on by the Guardians. They look pretty bad on offense overall. And I think having to play a team with a pretty good defense like the Defenders, having to play in DC, having to play, there's just so many things working against the Renegades in this one. Excuse me. That the Defenders just really seem like the logical choice here. The Defenders looked really good with Tyree. He looked pretty comfortable in his taking over for Cardale. I'm pretty sure he's starting again this week. They're coming off a very big win, so there's going to be, there's momentum on their side, beating the Battlehawks, retaking first place. So you have to imagine that they're feeling pretty good about themselves. They're feeling confident. They have the new quarterback. Everything seems to be back in order for the Defenders. So I feel confident in saying the Defenders win this game, mainly because of the no Landry Jones. So I don't really see the Renegades putting up much of a fight on offense, and with the way that the Defenders can play defense, there's not really much that the Renegades can do. Give me the Defenders over the Renegades. And the final game of the weekend, I forgot to change the times. That is not at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Oh well, it doesn't really matter. It's the later game. I think it's at 6 o'clock, to be honest with you. It could be at 9 actually. I have no idea. I forgot to change the time though. Sorry about that. But it is the Seattle Dragons hosting the LA Wildcats. I don't think I changed any of the times for when I made this. I might have, but I think I forgot. Sorry about that. But it is the Dragons hosting the Wildcats. 1-4 versus 2-3. So this is kind of a shit tier cap game for the weekend. The Wildcats are 2.5-point favorites with an over-under of 45.5, and I kind of agree. I think the Wildcats will win this game. Josh Johnson, in the last game I seen him play, and he threw 4 touchdowns and 1 interception. I think he came close to 300 to 400 yards. He looked really proficient throwing the football. I mean, he looked really good. His NFL experience kind of is paying off to some degree. They're playing a team that's not that good. We've seen what they can do to teams that aren't that good, like the Vipers. They can put up some points, and then they can just outscore those types of teams. So this could be a high-scoring game, hence me putting it in the 50s. Yeah, and the Dragons have been they've been getting slowly better. BJ Daniels is a good quarterback for them. I'm pretty sure he's the one playing quarterback for them anyway. Yeah, it is. Okay, BJ. Yeah, I remember. Okay, now I got it. Yep. So, yeah, that's basically what I basically like that. So, yeah, I don't know, man. The Wildcats have a really good offense, and I like what I seen when I watched them play compared to what the Dragons have, who I've also seen play. I'm not that impressed. If it comes to a shootout, I like the Wildcats, and I think it's going to come to a shootout. Defenses be damned in this one. So give me the Wildcats 31 over the Dragons 24. And yeah, so let's go over my picks really quick again. We have the Roughnecks over the Guardians, the Battlehawks over the Vipers, the Defenders over the Renegades, and the Wildcats over the Dragons. I have all road teams but one winning this weekend. Hopefully I don't go 1-3 again like I did last week and nearly go to 500. If I go 500, That is not good. I'm at 55%, folks. I need a good week. Hopefully my picks are good this week. Hopefully everything improves. Yeah, but that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the picks. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Leave your picks down below or your thoughts and comments on the league so far. I mean, it's been 5 weeks. What do you think? We're at the halfway point. Do you think it's everything you thought it was going to be? Has it surpassed all expectations for you? Yeah, just leave a comment down below. I'll be sure to get back to you. Yeah, so it looks like, to me, I'm going to make my prediction. It looks like it'll be the Roughnecks and the Battlehawks playing for the championship, unless like the Roughnecks just go 5-5, but I seriously doubt that'll happen. But all right, guys, thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Remember, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. Thank you. If you do that, YouTube stuff and blah blah blah. Go Patriots, go Battlehawks. Peace and out.